Recently, I was doom scrolling on eBay and came across a listing for a vinyl record player that absolutely had me gobsmacked. It was called the Vinyl Killer, and it's a small piece of plastic shaped like a VW van that actually plays the vinyl record by circumnavigating or like driving around the record itself. And it did take a minute to get here. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. So now I have like so many questions. Does this thing actually play records in the modern day? Will it break my records? How does it even work? Before I answer those though, I wanted to know a lot more about this product specifically, because the name Vinyl Killer really suggested to me that there was a reputation that precedes this product, and sure enough, that's exactly the case. Products like this had existed in niche markets for a couple of years and had already been known to like damage records, so this packaging specifically seems to really lean into that idea. The concept for a VW bus record player was originally made by Sony in 1976, and it was never sold to the public, but it was part of their advertising campaigns. And so like, I'm not an expert on Japanese and global copyright law, but as Sony started to abandon that idea, I think the factory who actually made the design for these things went rogue and just sold the design to someone else, or maybe even anyone who would buy it. Because in 1982, the toy had its completely own exhibit, unrelated to Sony, at Inpex, in which it reportedly did not receive a lot of attention. Really funny to me that someone reported that it wasn't getting a lot of attention, but to be fair, Diet Coke was introduced in the same room, and they had 16 live dancers and a neon sign, so tough crowd to say the least. But by the late 1980s, this product would have been known about by audio enthusiasts, but probably under a negative reputation, a cheap amusement toy that'll break your old records while you giggle at it. This packaging is intense, man. It says stuff like, take pills, run fast. There's a guy named Tomato on the bottom who is being squished, and he looks very dead. This is all the work of a brand called Vacuum Records, who haven't really done much. The most notable thing they would have done would have been like the Parappa the Rappa picture disc records, which admittedly do look pretty cool. Though that makes sense. This likely would have been in a skate shop or a record shop that targets a juvenile audience, who admittedly would have probably eaten this up for the supposed $1 it costs in 2002. But it's been waiting to get out of this box for almost 20 years, so let's stop waiting and take her out for a spin, for a ride. What, I don't know. There's so much potential there. Okay, so the lighting has changed. It is now worse. I'm so psyched on this, I couldn't even really tell you why. I think probably because it's so old and still like working or something like that. The side says needs batteries, so the only thing I've done is put a battery in there. I want to take this out because I am incredibly eager to see like how it's even built. So it comes with a little styrofoam thing. Pull it out carefully to reveal what appears to be a normal-sized and fully functional piece of plastic. Wonderful. Well, I don't know what to do now. I don't know how this works. There's no instruction manual. There's nothing like that. We're just gonna have to freaking fidget with it, I guess. We're gonna have to figure it out. So there appears to be a speaker right here on the top, and it does have some styrofoam on it, which, I mean, I imagine is a little bit of user error in terms of the person who manufactured this, but I'm not the guy, you know? On the bottom, there's a carbon or Crayola needle, whatever you want to call that, like the red needle. It swivels a good bit, too, which is a little bit scary because I know that is why this thing actually damages records. I'll get a little bit more into that later, but I'm really going to need to be careful with that needle and where it is. The on and off switch appears to be this long white thing. I imagine that's because sometimes you're going to want to like you're going to want to be able to grab it without scratching. Like it's some attempt to make it safer. In vain, I tell you. What's interesting is that these wheels right here don't actually work. They're definitely not wheels. They don't spin at all. There's just there's wheels that spin right here, and then a third wheel that spins here, meaning that it's actually a tricycle. It's not even a car, which scares me even more, because that means that this needle is actually what steers the freaking car. For a little moment of truth, I'm gonna go ahead and flick this on, and yes, listen to that. Oh, if you take it, don't mess with it. Just take a listen. It's definitely working. What's actually happening here is that this wheel and this wheel are spinning, allowing for it to kind of go forward. If you orient it wrong, it actually stops, which is really nice, because that means that there's more than just a preamp and a speaker and a needle in here. Now that I've tested everything and I'm confident that it actually works, or it works as well as it can, I want to put it on a vinyl record. But I'm a little bit scared to put it on like a vinyl record that isn't appropriate for it, you know what I mean? It's really important that it's appropriate, so the vinyl record that I've chosen is the Cars soundtrack, right? Because that's like the most appropriate thing I could think of ever. It's a car, and we got the Cars soundtrack with the car. What do you guys think of that? Be thinking positive things about that, I'd hope. I don't know if I've lined it up well enough. I also know that if I put it on there wrong, what it's gonna do is just start spinning in circles like this and scratch up my whole record. And then it won't play the music that I want it to play anymore, so that would suck. I think we're gonna do like the third track because that's a very specific track that I think will be perfect for this moment. Okay, so I've spent a couple of minutes laying it on the actual right side, and it's pointing the right direction. It's laid on like the part of the vinyl record that it's supposed to be. So no scratches should happen. It's just a delicate act that we hope works in 3, 2, 1. I was about to say there's no sound, but there is sound. Holy crap, we got sound. Look at this little bugger go. Holy crap. Okay, so this is going wonderfully. There is no volume, there is no auxiliary cord, there is no Bluetooth. This is what we deal with. If you have friends who are over there and they can't hear it, they gotta come over here. But this is going really well. The audio quality is not nearly as bad as I thought it would be, and the novelty of this is amazing. I love this. Like, as a guy who's into this kind of stuff, I'm loving this. Get into it. We have a new challenge now, though, which is stopping it. I'm gonna just try laying my finger here and... Holy crap, that worked so well, oh my gosh. Okay, and now we just gently pick it up and remove it. Pretty wild, but, I mean, it works, right? Okay, yeah. Final thoughts on the Vinyl Killer Record Runner VW record player, if you will. You will, right? Would I recommend this to someone? Sure. I mean, maybe not like someone who's a beginner into vinyl records. For instance, this thing's really hard to find. If you were to get on the internet right now, before I drop this video, before I release my TikTok, you can't find this exact product. The only ones that are even similar, you have to import from Japan. They're hundreds of dollars, and they run off AA batteries, meaning that the RPM is just not going to be as consistent as a 9-volt battery. It's just the case. It's not going to be as good of a product, and you're paying more for it. I was able to get this in for like 78 bucks, I think was how much I paid, and that is totally worth it. If you can find one under that $100 price point, and it's not the newer ones, then I would say go ahead. It's definitely worth it, you know what I mean? The amount of conversation that it's brought, the amount of people who've like wanted to see it and got really excited by it is really plentiful. It's a fun toy, and I really mean that. That being said, I really do want to stress how much damage you could inflict to your records if you use this toy wrong. If the car goes the wrong direction, or even just hooks onto the lip of the vinyl record in the wrong way, it can and will scratch up your records in a way that, like, your vinyl record player couldn't even do this much damage. So yeah, I mean, if this isn't your first vinyl record forte, and also, you know, like, you have a couple of other toys, you know what you're doing, please do look into getting one of these things. It's a ton of fun. And one of the things that I didn't highlight was truly how portable it is. This thing can fit in a backpack, and honestly, probably could fit in your pocket. If you could grab just like a couple of records and this thing, you could totally have a portable vinyl record setup. Something I've always been interested in is a portable vinyl record setup. I'm working on another video for like a portable vinyl record setup that's all battery powered. Subscribe if you want to see that. But I think that's everything that I have to say on the vinyl record killer, whatever it is. This thing is super cool, and I'm grateful to have been in the presence of it, if you will. I will keep it safe in my collection. Please let me know if there's anything else you think is cool. I'll buy it and review it and check it out. Want to thank everybody for the support on the last video. New videos coming out soon. We might even have like channel memberships where you can like talk more directly with me. So, I mean, yeah, check that out if you care. And until next time, peace out.